Sunny's journey, come along, let's ride. Turn it up, feel the spark inside. Yeah, Sunny's journey, we shine so bright. Living, loving, learning every day, every night. Sunny's journey, come along, let's ride. Turn it up, feel the spark inside. Yeah, Sunny's journey, we shine so bright. Living, loving, learning every day, every night. Living, loving, learning every day, every night.
Y'all, I've been having a very hard day today. Now, I know that my days aren't like this. Oh, Gianni's singing, by the way. He starts to sing, and it's cute, but I've been having a tough day. I've been in my room all day today, and there are days where that are harder than others, and today is one of those really hard days. I don't have the motivation to do anything. I haven't done anything except go downstairs, get me some water. I got me some oatmeal this morning, but like, it's beautiful outside. It's so beautiful outside, but I don't want to do anything. And that's not fair to me, you know? Like, I don't want to be hard on myself so too much, but sometimes I am. And days like these come and go. And for some reason today, it is like, it's a hard one. I've been going back and forth in my head about like why things happen the way they did in my life now, and I don't want to like victim blame. I don't want to blame myself for any of this happening or what all happened. But you know, I was on social media, obviously, and I was scrolling, and I popped up some to a few people that I know personally in my life, and they seem like they're doing well, and that's a great thing, right? But obviously, you can't always believe what you see online. But it made me happy. It made me smile because they seemed like they were doing well. Even if you've been around those people and you know like the truth or whatever, you know what I mean? But yeah, I was just asking myself, I love watching like nostalgic music and like, you know, like the music that pops up pictures, whether it's like of childhood or like the 1990s or the early 2000s, or even just like driving in the car with like the sunset in the background. I love watching videos like that and then hearing like nostalgic, just peaceful music. And you kind of like go back to great memories or great times in your life. And I was sitting here doing that. It's sad because I had some, I can still, I still have memory of times that I would just cruise down the road, whether it was like on a coastline, like, you know, at the beach or whatever. Because I've been to many places. I've experienced a lot of different sceneries, you know what I mean? But I never was mentally fully there. I feel like maybe I thought that I was, but the situation that I was in and the people that I was doing it with, I wasn't really fully there. And now that I have all this time on my hands, and now that if I wanted to, I can hop in my car right now and drive to the beach. I love the beach. I love the beach. We were living in Myrtle Beach back in 2024, so it's been a couple years now, but I loved it. I didn't like the people I was around, but I love just, the environment and the experience and stuff. But now that I have all of this time, it's like I have to distinguish the difference between always being in my head, which a lot of times I am. A lot of times I am in my head a lot, especially when I am by myself, when I am coping with things or lonely. And, I do it to myself. Those of us who suffer with depression, severe depression, and other diagnostics, whatever, we kind of like block the world out, and that's not too bad of a thing if you know how to like cope with your feelings. Back then I didn't know how to cope with it. I was coping with like involving alcohol and drugs, drugs, and that was what was helping me get through, or what I thought was helping me get through, like this feeling that I was having, but it was only making it worse. And now that I don't do any of that, I am fully well aware with my thoughts now. I am like, like I know my thoughts now. Back then it was kind of like it was getting all mumble jumbled, you know what I mean? And yeah, like I was saying, if I wanted to, I can hop in my car right now. I'm grateful, I'm blessed that I have a vehicle, even though it is expensive as crap. I still have a vehicle, Many people may not be able to say that. They might have to take the bus, or they might have to ask for a friend, but I am blessed enough to have a vehicle. But then, like, the other part of my mind, or the other part of my brain is like, well, no, don't do that, because you're not rich, you don't have money, you can't just drop down $60 if you need to, I don't know, replace something that's wrong with the vehicle. Like, that is a priority also. So, like, you have me. Okay, so long story short, I already suffer with, depression, PTSD, the whole 9 yards, right? You put that with now my sober mind, because I don't do any of that stuff anymore, thank the Lord, and I haven't picked up a vape, haven't picked up any type of cigarette, any type of smoke since July of last year. So that's amazing. So now that I have like my sober mindset, I can literally pick myself up and go to the beach if I wanted to. I'm like 130 miles away from the beach, which is a long time. It feels like a long time, but I can just get away if I want to. But then I have something else holding that back, like finance. I have one vehicle. It's not like I want to keep putting a lot of wear and tear and stuff on my vehicle. So then I don't go and do that. But then it's beautiful outside. And sometimes I'm so into my head, I'm like, I don't even want to go outside. I don't even want sun. Like, it's dark in this room. I am in this room by myself. I isolate myself on days like this so that I can clear my thoughts, clear my head. And it's like, I don't want anyone else around me to like try to get me out of that funk. You know what I mean? Only I can get myself out of that. Gianni, I love him to death. He is the best thing that's ever happened to me. One of the best things that's ever happened to me. And he will literally ask if there's anything that he can do to get me out of this funk. But there's nothing that anyone can do or say to get me out of this. And if you understand, if you experience this also, then you understand where I'm coming from. It's like I'm the light switch. I can't have someone who says that they care about me and they love me, and then they try everything they can to get me out of this. On the other hand, I'm not suicidal. I don't think about, doing anything like that. I have in the past. I have, and especially when I was abusing drugs and stuff, I was very suicidal, and I didn't have the proper people around me to stop me. So I can only thank the Lord for that. But days like this, I don't know what it is, but it's like everything is just like all coming back to me. Um, and I'm talking about like the past, like who, like the type of people who I once said that I loved them. You know what I mean? Like siblings, adopted parents, and I don't know why that is. It might be because I really do feel like the reason I feel like this right now is because a few days ago I went back on Ancestry and I was looking at my DNA. I was looking at my ethnic background, and I found out more of what I had internally, um, and it made me sad because I will never forget. I have two sisters and a brother, and we are all biological, and we were all adopted by the same parents, if you guys didn't know that. And we had promised one another that we were going to, I really don't want to cry. I really don't want to cry. If I cry, please excuse me. I'm a big crier. I cry a lot. Um, but where was I at? Oh, yeah. We promised one another that we were going to find out where we came from, where we had came from. And that was going to be something that we can do together, like all four of us. But that is what we had promised one another. And I reached out to one of my sisters the other day. And, I don't have like that close bond relationship like I used to have with them when we were younger. They were my best friends. We did everything together. And, which if you want to know my full story, I have it on my YouTube. You just have to scroll down my videos. It's on there, I promise, and you have a better understanding why I no longer speak to them. But I'm still acquaintances. Like we are still acquainted with one another. More me and my sister, who is 2 years older than me. Not really so much my oldest sister or my brother. We don't really talk like that. But me and my sister, who is 2 years older than me, we're kind of like acquainted with one another. Now, obviously, things aren't going to go back to how they were, but the other day I had reached out to her, and before I ever told you guys, because I do have my DNA test results here online, and before I had told you guys, I told her what all I was mixed with and like the roots, because we've never known this. Our adopted parents never told us any of this. So when I got old enough, when I became an adult and I got old enough to like want more answers, I had a friend who had given me the Ancestry DNA kit, which thank you so much for that. You know who you are. I really do appreciate that. After I had taken that DNA test, I was so excited to know what I had in me, and but because I don't know my biological mother or father, I couldn't like put their names down, so I didn't really have any. I just know of like second cousin, third cousins. That's what it popped up on the DNA. It was bringing me names of like my second cousin and third cousins, and I've got to speak to some of them, and they're still kind of talking with me here and there. But when I had told my sister, I really thought that she was going to be more happier or engage more, because her daughter she had a daughter who is now, I believe she's 10 years old, and I haven't seen her in a while, and she's mixed. She's Spanish and she's black, but then when I found out more that we have internally, I wanted to pass that along to her, and I really thought that it was going to hit different to her. But the only thing she said was, "Oh, that's cool." So once again, I get my heart broken, because I really thought that I really thought that she was going to react differently. Um, I have forgiven my siblings numerous times for all the pain and the heartbreak that they have put me through. And like I said again, I don't want to come off as like being a victim or blah blah blah, because life happens, shit happens, whatever. But I really thought that this could possibly help our relationship in a way, because we will now know what our ethnic background was, because she always wanted to know that. So, we talked about that. We've talked about like wanting to get a passport and go visit Colombia where we were born. And I feel like once again she hurt me, because now she just doesn't really care about any of that anymore. And I feel like in a way she doesn't really care about me anymore, which, I mean, it's fine. I'm used to. I'm I am used to getting hurt by them. So it's not anything new. But I really thought that this was going to, I don't know, like open up to the fact that I'm trying once again. And you don't care. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm sorry about that. I had to clear my thoughts once again. But yeah, where was I at? uh, I am very family oriented. I love people who love me. And my siblings and we have had a really strong bond growing up. We were each other's best friends. And as we got older and the true colors start to show, I was like, you know what? This is them. This is the true colors. They'd rather involve the money than their brother's heart, or they'd rather pick money over their brother's heart. And I was fine with that. I had years to like cope with it. I had years to cry over this. And now, I'm not in my 20s anymore. I'm finally 30 years old. Oh, wow. And I can feel it, y'all. My back, this morning, man, I'm trying to tell you. But when I had reached out to her and I had let her know, everything that, like the ethnic background, I thought that she was going to be happy. Like, oh my gosh, this is awesome, because she's always wanted to know this. But once again, it's like I can't win with them. They know that me sharing what had happened to me, they know that was like the issue, like the main cause of the whole breakup of the family. Which, long story short, if you don't know, when I was 13, I was essayed by my adopted father, and then I was essayed by my biological brother. I had forgiven them. It had taken me years to forgive them, and I've forgiven them. I will never, ever want anything to do with my adopted father ever again, nor my adopted mother. With my brother, I have forgiven him. He's never apologized to me. So that is why I don't continue to talk to him. I wish nothing but happiness and just love with him and his wife and their daughter. But I don't know if I ever will talk to him, and things will never go back the same with him. Then my other sister, she's not far from me. We don't live too far from one another. But once again, she wished me a happy birthday, and I told her how I felt, and that was it. And then my other sister, it's like they all, not that they didn't believe me, because I'm sure that they believed me, but they just they didn't want to believe me. They wanted things to go back to how things were, like the normal way of like all of us, living in one household, and things were just so peachy and stuff, right? But it's not like that. And when I grew up to the point where, or when I grew up and I can finally share what happened, it's like everything fell apart. And I already mentally prepared myself for that, but I've had years and years and years to cry. I cried so many times, so much. And I had to wake up and be like, you know what? None of this is your fault. None of this was your fault. None of this was your fault. None of this is your fault. Your fault. None of this is your fault. I'm talking to you. But we get shitted on the hardest, okay? So that's why, especially with people who have big hearts, if you know for a fact that you have a huge heart and you can get done the worst shit ever in your life and you still forgive that person, or you still want to have some type of relationship towards that person, that is a good in you. You have strength. That is, you were so strong and so brave for that. But just as much as we can be strong, we can fall apart too. And after all that, I fell apart, and I'm not someone who really wants someone to comfort me, to like help me. I have to do it on my own, me and the Lord. That's it. I say thank you for trying. I love you, but I have to do it on my own. And then I do. And then I end up doing. Look, like I feel fine right now. This is how it goes. But I really don't think that I can keep trying with them. Or I guess primarily her. I don't know about my other siblings, whatever. But I was really trying, and I just don't think I can keep trying. So yeah, I feel like this has been in my head, and I wanted to share this with you guys because I know that there are so many of us right now who are broken, and we didn't cause any of it. That's the saddest part of it all. We didn't cause any of it. And it's not fair. It's not fair, but we will get past it. We will get through it. We have this whole time, and we're still here. I'm filming, you're watching my video, and you've made it out, and we just continue to keep showing one another love. I feel like I have so much love from you guys who are just here with me with this journey, and I would love to, continue to do this with you guys. But just remember that there are going to be times like today that just are throwing darts and jabs at us, and we can't let it consume us. So what am I going to do now? Well, I have a few more hours before it's dinner time, and I'm going to wake up. I'm going to let the sun shine in. I may even go outside. I'm going to ask Johnny if he wants to go outside. Maybe we can sit outside for a little bit. But I feel better now. Now I feel better now that I've talked to you guys and I've shared it. So maybe that's all you need. Sometimes that's all you need. Remember, silence kills, which I should be making a podcast very soon about that. I still don't know how to start it, but but anyways, well, I'm glad I got to share this with you guys. It has made me feel better. Vulnerable times like this, I try to not post it. I try to keep it away, but I don't know why, because if you judge me, that's your problem. But the people who don't, and the people who are actually here for me, that's what I need. That's a beautiful thing. There are people who actually care about you. So sometimes you just share it. and I've shared it. So if you made it to this video or to the end of this video, I appreciate you so much. You are a real one. And thank you. I hope that if you are struggling any type of way, it could be anything. I hope that nothing but positive abundance comes from it, happiness. But we have to first clear what is up here, clear it all out, clear it all out. It is the devil. I will say that till the day I die. It is the devil that is trying their hardest to get you to lose yourself. And we're not going to lose ourselves. So thank you for me sharing this, you guys. I really do appreciate it. And if you'd like, subscribe to my channel. Hit that little like button. I had a little emotional roller coaster, but it is okay. I'm okay now, I promise. I love you guys. Thank you so much. And I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye. Bye. Love you.